Hey guys, Christy here from DaSilva Life, and today we're going to be talking all about hiring and onboarding teams. So, is your team growing? Well, congrats. That's amazing, but I also know that the process is not always seamless. Rarely is it seamless. But typically we want to get these new team members onboarded as quickly as possible so we can get the help that we desperately need, right? Well, here's the thing. Properly training and onboarding your team members is what is crucial to setting them up for success, which is why it is so crucial in setting up your systems to be able to onboard them and train them properly and give them all the information that they need to do their role really well. In today's video, I'm going to show you the hiring workflow I have built out with the application to get started, job description, and managing every single applicant along the process, as well as showing you how to properly train them when you decide to bring them on board, and setting them up to onboard them and give them all the information they need and build company morale. It's super important to not just bring your employee or your team member into your business without any training, prep work, or even explaining to them how their role fits into the overall company mission and vision. There are some really simple ways to maximize this opportunity and start them off on the right foot. So let me show you a few ways that I hire and onboard my team using ClickUp.
So here we are in our hiring template, where basically you can take your whole process for hiring a new team member and store it in here. From tracking where every candidate is, to storing interview notes and questions, building out your job description, and building your application as well for that job. So let me walk you through how this works. So we have the statuses here, from applications submitted, in consideration, different interview rounds, job offered, not good fit, hired, and complete. You can always change these statuses, and we teach you how to do this within our templates, whether you buy them in our shop or join our membership, because we know that every single process isn't going to be exactly the same. So for example, if you have different phases, maybe you have in-person interviews and phone interviews, or an observation day, or just different steps that don't exactly mirror this, you can go ahead and always add those, delete what's here, and make this completely custom to you and your process. Then you can have a standard note for any interview notes and questions. So questions that you would ask them during the interviews, whether it would be an in-person interview or an on-the-phone interview. And then you can duplicate this and make it specific for each person, put their name on it if you wanted to add their interview date as well. And then you can link it to their actual profile. That's what we would call their task name, and link this doc to it. So for example, you can always add a linked docs here on the left side. It's going to be here. So if I unclick this, you'll see it pops up here, and I can put it back. You're going to want to make sure if you don't see this in your column section, that means the Click app in your settings of relationships is not turned on. So you're going to want to go ahead and turn that on, and then you'll be able to add this option. So if you see, if this was Christy DaSilva, I can add this doc. There it is. And add this right here. So every time I'm going back, I can reference Christy's notes and then see if there's anything I want to pull from that. Then we have the interview date. So this is a date custom field, and then any extra notes you want to put here at a glance. So this is a doc view where you can store that information, duplicate these, and then make it specific for the person. Then we have the job description page where you can put the position name and the job description. ClickUp recently added some really cool features to their docs, which is also covers. So making them just a little more dynamic, more visually pleasing. And so you can add so many details here to this, link different things, add buttons for the application, and then share this via a public link wherever you want to put this job description out into the world. So then the last piece of this, once all of those are created, you can create the actual application. So this is where you have a ClickUp form view. You can go into editing, change the description, and then here is where I linked that doc view so you can see what happens when it pulls up. So here it is here. And if we go back to the application, this is where you can put any questions, information that you want to gather from this applicant into this form. So let me quickly go through the custom fields section and what these would be great for when adding them to forms. So drop downs would be if you wanted a select one option. Ratings is just a 1 through 5 star or whatever emoji you want to use. Money would be if you were asking something that would input a money field. Text area would be long text, so if it was a long form answer. Number would be if you're asking anything of numeric value. Label would be similar to a drop down, except you can select multiple. So that would be if it would be like a select all that apply. People would just be people within your workspace. So this wouldn't totally make sense for a job application, but it's great for other form ideas. Short text would be, for example, if it was just a short phrase or a few words of an answer you were looking for. Custom date field, link, checkbox, yes or no, email, upload any files, phone number, location or address, and progress bar. So this is where you can create those custom fields. So let me show you. If I wanted to create a question, you would click write your question here, and then click create, and then you can just pull this in anywhere into the form. You can choose if it's required or not. I'll go ahead and delete that. And then when you click to viewing, or if I copy this link, you'll see what it looks like to the applicant. So just a really nice clean form. You can add your logo here as well. And when they fill out this form, what's going to happen is I will actually show you. Okay, so I just filled this out. Now I'm going to go ahead and click submit. And now when I go back into the application and I press refresh, I'm going to show up in the application submitted status. Okay, so now you'll find me at the bottom, Christy DaSilva, and all of my answers are going to be in the custom fields linked here so I can quickly check out the candidate, all their information within the task. Again, just a quick note into automations. You can create an automation that when a new applicant applies, assign whoever's in charge of reviewing it with the due date of that day or however many days you want it to pop up on your calendar later. And that's it. So this is the hiring workflow. This template, again, is available in our shop, or all of our templates. Unlimited downloads are available in our membership. Now let's move on to onboarding. So once your team member is officially hired, you can start to kick off the onboarding process. This is our onboarding template. I will link it in the description below, where we have just used board view to map out a really nice flow of not only what we have to do in management to onboard this team member on the back end, but also having them go through this template on their first day, whether you want them to walk through it themselves or you want to walk through it together on your call. That is totally up to you. But basically what it does, if you click into here, you can see company mission statement. You can write your own there, vision, core values, how your role fits into our mission, FAQs, meet the team, intro to ClickUp, expectations. You can just see, if you pause the screen, so many different examples of things you can go through to really set the expectations for your new team member. This is really going to set them up for success and build company morale, because you're not only bringing them into the company just to do their job, you're giving them a bigger picture of how their role fits into everything everything that you are doing in your business. And it just gives them the intro they need if they are brand new to ClickUp to be able to navigate it, not be as intimidated. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to build out a team member dashboard, which is also going to set them up for success. But this is just a really great way to be able to give them the information they need, make them comfortable, and set the ground rules and your expectations. So another note here is once you build this out once, so company mission, vision, core values, meet the team, FAQs, intro to ClickUp, then this is going to be the template that you can just save to your template center and duplicate each time you onboard a new team member. Now, things might need to be refreshed as your things are updating within the business. And of course, some things that would need refreshing, like how your role fits in, if this is for a new role, pay rate and schedule, things like that. But essentially, once you build out your onboarding process and build out this template, then you'll be able to make the onboarding process for the next team member that much quicker and smoother. So again, this template is available in our shop or membership. I will link it below. Now let's move on.
Okay, I hope that was helpful for you and you can just see, number one, the power of ClickUp, and number two, how to use it to onboard your new team members. But I don't want to forget about my other favorite tool, HoneyBook. You can, number one, use HoneyBook to be able to send your team the contracts you need to get them started. But I also wanted to mention the Teams feature in HoneyBook. This is what actually sets HoneyBook apart from so many CRMs on the market, because their team feature allows you to add different team members and have them be involved in certain parts of the process. These team members can hook up their own schedulers, their own contracts and templates to be able to manage their clients. So for example, if you have someone that manages the sales process in your business and you don't even want to see that client in the pipeline until it's your turn to take over and onboard that client, you can have this person attached to the contact form. So it's automatically assigning them. They have the portal in their pipeline, and when they're ready to assign you to the project, they can do so easily in the client portal. And vice versa. Say you are in charge of the sales process, but then once you close that deal, you don't have anything to do with the actual project. Well, you can take that client and you can reassign the team member to be in charge of that project. HoneyBook did such a good job of being able to really separate team members, involve them in a project if everyone's on board, or just give everyone only the information that they need. And before I finish this video, I just want to show you one more thing, which is creating a team member dashboard in ClickUp. This allows you to be able to, number one, see a snapshot of everything going on in the week for your team member, but also so they are empowered to know everything they have to do, see how much time they've worked, and just write down anything that they need to in terms of their work for you to know. Let me show you how to put one together.
So here we are in a team member dashboard example where we have a couple different widgets that I want to walk you through. So here you can just see as an overview, you can have the time tracked, which I highly recommend if you use time tracking within your business. Using the native time tracker within ClickUp is the bomb. Having a fun GIF, because gifts are life. A place for the person to mark their schedule. If you maybe this is a contractor or a subcontractor and they're not a full-time employee, then they're able to put what their schedule is and give clear expectations and communication on their end for if they have another job or have school, things like that. They can put that here so you know if they're not responding that they may be busy. And then putting their tasks for the week here as well. So what these are, or this is a time reporting widget, and you'll see when I open up the settings, we have this week's hour, time range is this week. I'm grouping it by the list and then the task, and then the person, that would just be that specific team member, and then press save. So this is going to pop up with, okay, here was the information, the list, and then this was how long that specific task took. These two here are note blocks. So I went ahead and added a text block, named it You're the Best, and then Christy's schedule. This is just standard text that I went ahead and bolded, but you can put anything there. And then to get that GIF up on the top, I just did /command Giphy. And then you can put anything in here, just a phrase, and then shuffle and choose which one you love. You can also use these in comments back and forth, which is super fun, and anywhere you can add text within ClickUp. Then we have tasks for this week. So this is where we have tasks for this week, choose the location. You can group it by status. I'm going to show you the other way to group it, and then include subtasks as well. Then the task filters here are just due date is this week and assignee is that team member. So this is grouped by list so they can see where it's coming from, but another great option is to be able to group it by due date. And then you'll see it'll say Tuesday, Friday. If there are any other days that they have assigned tasks, they will show up there as well. So it's giving them a breakdown and they can plan their workload and capacity. So that is just a task list widget with all of that information, and that is the team member dashboard.
Now I know this video just showed you one aspect of HoneyBook and ClickUp, using them to manage and onboard your new team members. But if you are totally wowed by these tools, which I love, by the way, and you want to learn more about them, I invite you to join our System School membership. This is where you'll get access to an entire course on HoneyBook, an entire course on ClickUp, and all of the plug-and-play resources you could possibly want and need, along with my support the whole way through. So if you want to join us, I will put the link in the description for you to check it out, and I hope to see you inside. With that, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any systems and organization videos.